Welcome, 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 welcome. We're live. We're live. I was just making sure that everything was actually live, which is welcome, welcome, welcome,
Sorry,
welcome,
hold on.
welcome. I accidentally had a big echo there because I forgot to mute. But we're here. We're live. It's Trek Talk. We're live on twitch.tv/Calling Up Justice and YouTube, Claudia, Alick, and Calling Up Justice. I'm Maiamama. I'm here with Luticha, André, Doucette, and this is Trek Talk. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
It's us. We're
it's us.
back.
We're
We're,
cute.
we're so cute. We're so cute. Now, last week, we started a new Trek rank on uniforms, and we were able to score half of the uniforms. So we stopped at Section 31 uniforms, seeing how wonderful Ash Tyler and Giorgio looked in their all black uniforms.
So good.
So really quick, this is the scoring that we have. I'm just gonna talk us through it really, really fast. So for the original series uniforms, out of a total max score of 20, we have a 15. The motion picture uniforms scored an 8. The original series film uniforms from the Wrath of Khan on scored a full 20, which is something. That's max. The Next Generation seasons 1 and 2, the pajama uniforms got a 10. Seasons 3 plus of the Next Generation got a 17, which is quite a jump, honestly. The TNG Scant got a 19. The
Surprising.
yeah.
Very surprising.
Now the Voyager / first part of DS9 uniforms got also a full 20. Good classic uniform. The Enterprise jumpsuits also got a 20. They make sense. I would actually want to wear that for a cosplay. Like
Same.
if I had to do it all day. Like it
Same.
seems like the most comfortable, like way more comfortable than a Uhura costume. And like I don't know, like it's like every black girl has to have one, but it's not the most comfortable one.
It's terrible. It just inches up your butt, and it's like
Like, oh, everyone
somehow
can see
ends
my
up at
shirt.
your.
We're wearing the same shirt.
The shirts, Zilla tracks.
Ooh, Zilla Tracks. This is my favorite shirt. I love it so much. Now, okay, for Discovery seasons 1 and 2, also scored a 20 because of the metallic design on the blue.
That was
Just
so nice.
and the Section 31. I mean, they look so good. That also
I
got a
mean, you
20.
can't go wrong with all black, right? Like it's just.
That is a fact. Well, I mean, because it's so many. Honestly, it's so many different styles. Because technically speaking, they just get to wear like
They get to wear one.
they just get to wear whatever sexy clothes that they have. They're like, oh yeah, like these very tall black boots, this bustier. That's just my work uniform. That's just what I wear. People are so weird about that. Let's take a look really quick at that, just so that everyone knows what I'm talking
I
about.
know. Like, but again, if Giorgio can fight in that,
And
do you know what I mean?
she
Which
can.
she can.
She showed that she could 100% do that. Ooh, my
She
camera's
can do
getting weird. Hold
kicks. She can do all of that. Sorry, y'all. Someone is shooting off fireworks, and it's like,
on.
whew.
I can't hear it. I think you're good.
But if
But
you see me jump, that's the reason why.
oh,
Oh,
'tis the season.
'tis the season, y'all. But she's kicking, she's fighting, she's moving, so it works.
It
It just works.
it works, and they all look so good. So, real quick, let's go over the criteria that we're judging this first round off of. So, we're going with creativity and originality, construction and practical wearability, the fit, how it lays, and the believability real world wear. Um like would you the way that like again, we were just saying, like Enterprise. It makes sense and the same functional, and definitely would wear it. So,
We are prejudiced because we have boobs, y'all. And so we have been talking about the way that it lays on the body. It's key, you know. We don't want image distortion. If there's a piping, you don't want to see it going like whoop 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 whoop. You want that straight.
you
So
just
that
wanted
is
to, yeah.
key.
Now, speaking of how it lays, let's go to our next. So it was actually really hard to find an image of this. This is the first part of the third season of Star Trek Discovery. This is the first part because they changed the uniforms in the middle, like middle-ish of the season. They're
I don't
they
know.
they get to do what they want. It's their show. So this is the initial 30-second uniform that was adopted by the Discovery crew after arriving in 3189, predominantly gray with a narrow division color stripe and a Starfleet Tricom badge on the left breast. Sleek, minimalist, far future design, radically unlike any prior Starfleet uniforms. This was actually a new thing. It, it did show the more militaristic um
Yeah.
uh and it was because this is post burn, post but pre fixing everything, I guess.
Yeah,
um
he fixed it. They hadn't met the dude on the planet who caused the burn.
yeah. The
That's not really a spoiler, but it is. But they're still in that kind of we've been through some ish
mhm.
and we're toughened now, right? All our friends and family is gone,
Yeah.
right? We are in the future. Everything that we know is gone, and the Federation is also not as strong as it used to be because of the burn. And so there is that stronger kind of military vibe that you're getting from season 3.
Kind of like I mean, it sounds funny to say, like a hopelessness
Yeah.
to the fashion. It's like that's what they're trying to sort of communicate with us, which I dig. I like it. And that is what it did. And we'll see in the with the redesign how that also changes how they are viewing themselves.
Yeah.
But let's judge this though. So creativity and originality. Um
I say a 5. I think it is so different from what we have seen, because before it was like the color blocking is on top or on bottom, and maybe you've got a little V. Like this is completely something different and new,
yeah.
but still feels like the silvery vibe to it with like this vertical
Mhm.
uh, color blocking that they have. And I like it because it's a tough uniform. Like they look rough and tough because they have to be, you know. They don't have their fancy warp drives for the rest of, Starfleet. And so now you got to figure it out. Like I went through the snow uphill both ways. Kind of like their attitude, right?
Yeah. These are the strivers
Yeah.
of the Federation at this point, because if you made it to be part of Starfleet, which was in pieces and
Yeah.
scattered, um like you were mostly, a lot of times you were just stationed alone in a space station, or hidden behind some kind of force field. Claudia in the chat says that it looks good on all bodies and very Star Trek.
It
I
does.
agree. So, construction and wearability, I'm going to say a 5. It looks comfortable. I don't necessarily like things that are that high on my neck. It's like, I mean, it is a mock turtleneck, and that's what Star Trek's, I mean, like, you need a mock turtleneck if you're going to be part of Starfleet, so I guess it goes with
Yeah.
it. But it looks like, so the question is, does this look like it was built to be worn?
Yes.
And does it hold up under scrutiny? I would say yes. I'd say
Yeah,
very
this
much
is
so.
still Star Trek where they're living in their uniforms,
Mhm.
and the only time that they're not is when they're going to bed.
Yep.
And so this looks like it can move, it looks like it unzips, it looks good from all angles and
Yes.
good on the boobs as
Well,
well.
and it does. I like the line. It's a good
Yeah,
line, and it doesn't like pull out, as it were.
yeah,
And again, so the fit, how it lays, I think that's gonna be a 5. It's a good
but
looking uniform. I will say Admiral Vance looks great in it, but like,
Admiral
but
Vance
look
is
good
just
in a paper
adorable.
bag.
He
He
is
could wear a
adorable
paper
in
bag with a
Yes.
com badge on it, and I'd be like,
Look at you with your tall
amazing.
self.
Yes. I want more of that. So, and I think we did discuss the believability.
Yeah,
Would a real person wear this and feel appropriately dressed? Yes. This is
yeah,
a time of not war, because it's like, it's kind of apocalyptic. Like
yeah.
post-apocalyptic, the way like the post burn situation, it's kind of apocalyptic. And so it's not bright colors. It's not the original series. It's not TNG. It's
No. But it's
yeah.
almost like Enterprise, right? Where it's like the Federation has to start all over again. So this is like a proto Federation that's happening. And so they're kind of almost going back to their roots. This is not, the jumpsuit that we saw in Enterprise, but it has some of those same kind of like worky elements, but futuristic, which
Yes.
is what I like.
So I think, so that gives us a total of 20.
20.
It's it works. All right. So
Yeah.
next, let's move on to Ugh. So this is really interesting because it is a complete flip from the gray, if you'll
Yeah.
notice. Um, so I decided to use Hugh Colbert as the model because there were tons of publicity pics of them in these uniforms, because they look so good
He
and
looks so good.
colorful. And so when they changed into these uniforms, this was sort of like the turning point, like that sign of hope.
Mhm.
The people from the past, from the beginning of Starfleet, were and the Federation were bringing back those hopeful ideals,
Yes.
which is sort of funny because these were post Klingon War vets. I don't think that they were like super hopeful folks, but comparatively,
Comparatively, they're like
maybe they were.
they're like, "We're happy. Don't you believe in the mission of Starfleet?" And they're like, "Mission of Starfleet, we're just trying to survive. Like, what are you talking about?" And
Yeah.
these you people are crazy. Like, what you really are from the past.
So let me read a little thing. So this is the updated 32nd century uniform that's introduced, I guess technically in a 3190, which would be like a year later ish, a few months later. It's a distinct redesign featuring the color a division colored jacket with a black vertical stripe worn over a black sleeve, like jumpsuit type of thing. A significant departure from the earlier gray design, bolder, more structured silhouette. And they all look hot in them. And one of the
They
things that I
do.
like is all of the jackets are longer.
Yeah.
They're all a little bit longer. None of them hit at the waist, which is how a lot of the uniforms generally fit when they are like two pieces, is that the jacket sort of hits at the waist. And I kind of like the way that it looks. um they hit at sort of like a dinner jacket level.
Yeah.
And
This is good tailoring, the color, I mean, he's fine as hell. But I remember when Tilly was pregnant and they had to hide her pregnancy, or whatever. And like it was just she still looked good, right? Like you could gain weight and still look good in this outfit.
It's
And
incredibly flattering.
yeah,
And in this new incarnation of Star Trek, we're seeing a lot of different types of bodies in
yes.
Star Trek now. And it is, we can go, oh yeah, a larger body can wear that, a smaller body can wear that,
And they're
disabled
not
bodies
doing
can wear that. Yeah, it
the visual tricks, right? Where, you're only from the neck up,
or
right?
the
Like when
weird
Lana
or the weird apron thing that B'Elanna decided that
when
she's gonna
Lana had
wear
to
for a year.
wear.
Like, oh, I just decided that this was a cool look. Here's the thing. That's not like completely out of the realm of possibilities. We have all like come up with something and been like, yes,
Right.
for like a while, and then one day been like, no.
Yeah.
So it's possible that Belana Torres one day was like, I am so annoyed and I want to be able to like keep my tools like close to me. And then just went in and like typey typed computer make a modified uniform apron thing for me. Oh yeah, make it really big so that like I have room to move around in it. And then she was like, "Look at this. Guys, look
And
at this."
everyone
Like
was
she
like,
walked in
"Oh,
and she was
great."
like, "Guys, look, isn't it cool? I made this." And they're like, "Yeah, that's great, Balana." And everyone was really nice to her about it because Balana doesn't usually get um crafty. So they're
No.
like, "Yeah, wow." And
Like,
then after a year
amazing.
when she's not wearing it anymore, they're going to be like, "What happened to it?" She's like, "Oh, I didn't need it. It seemed silly." That's my
And you
head
don't want
canon.
her, like, anger management issue to be, like, directed towards you, so you're just gonna say that it looked great.
I
But in the
would.
future, your uniform will look great
Mhm.
no matter what, and
So
that's what I love.
let's judge this. For the creativity and originality, I would say a 5. I would say cuz like just this communicates something.
Yeah,
And this these newer Star Trek series are doing really well with like communicating with the
the
clothing,
the
with the
visual communications are great, and then, like, giving, like, the kind of the doctors and the nurses their own color was also something that I really, really just applauded. And I'm like, why not, right? If medicine has always been, like, a white jacket, it's bringing that back
and
into the
medicine
future
is different. It
than
is
science.
different than science.
Yeah,
Medical is different than science. Yes, it's like that Venn diagram. Like it is science, but it is its own thing. Like how engineering is its own thing. I mean, technically
exactly.
engineering is operations, but um but also engineering is science.
It's
It's
science.
science. And so like an engineer could get away with wearing the teal. But an engineer, science a science engineer could not get away with wearing white. Um I really, really like that they have the white,
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
decided on that. So yeah, creativity, originality, yes, because this is where we first started seeing the white. White white not white doctors because we
White
don't
coat.
here's the thing, we don't see a lot of white doctors
No,
on Discovery. There's not a lot of white doctors, but
there's not a lot of white doctors, which is great. I was
mhm.
like, "Oh,
Um let's so construction and practical wearability, it looks like it looks like does
this
this
is
look like
great."
something that was built to be worn? Yeah,
Yeah, they're doing things, they're handling things, they're you can see them. The
hypo
actors look
spray
comfortable. Yeah. The hypos
because that's how they got a double tap to transport now. Man,
yeah.
that's awesome. I like that. Um, the fit, how it lays. Mm. I mean, I'm going to quote Claudia in the chat here, who says Wilson Cruz looks good in everything. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you couldn't get more polished with charisma and the eyebrow,
I
the hair.
also like the this thing where they're keeping their like their rank. Um,
Yeah.
I like it right here. I think that that actually, instead of like over here, is a better spot for it. It's definitely better than here.
Yeah.
This is a dumb spot to put
You can't see
your
it.
rank. Cuz like I'm supposed to look at your wrist? Like I walk in,
Why?
who's in charge here?
Me.
I'm looking down at everyone's yeah, that's silly. But I really like where they put, and that was in the previous one as well.
But
So,
it's visually standing out now that they have the dark on the light, right? Or the dark
mm,
on the color, so it pops out more
it looks
in this version
great
than the
in,
previous
and
one.
this looks great in blue. This looks great in red. This looks
All
great
the
in, yeah.
colors.
It just works. It looks great in the gold yellow. Um, Now, is this believable? Absolutely. In the new age of the Federation, they are trying to bring back Navarre, trying to bring back Breda Zed. You know, like this is the positive turn of Earth and Starfleet and stuff. So I think yes, it is believable, and it would be it's appropriate. So is that another 20?
2020.
Eh, I mean, if it is, it is.
I mean,
Like,
you can't costume department doing
oh,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid. I am afraid that we're gonna hit
I
another
feel
20.
like
This next one is gonna
I
be
think this is gonna
completely
have
20.
this section is gonna have a lot of 20s in it just because they're learning things. And the costume people are
I
just
mean, just look
top
at this.
notch.
Look
I
at
mean, what is
this.
this?
Look
I
at
can't.
this. I can't. I couldn't decide on one picture. Like, which one do I want to show as an example to you all out there in the internet world? Which one do I want to show you? All of them. I didn't do the captain. Um, but that's just because I didn't have space. And I was like, these look, I got enough of a variety so that we
But
can talk
still,
about this difference. Whew. They're so good. Now I'm gonna read the thing though. It says, so this is Strange New Worlds. The uniforms worn aboard the Enterprise under Captain Pike in Strange New Worlds, and a little bit in season 2 of Discovery when they went over to the Enterprise. Um, it's a deliberate bridge between the Discovery dark aesthetic and the TOS color language, featuring division colors of gold, blue, and red, with the more modern cut and material, also the white for medical. Um, it is designed to visually transition the audience towards the TOS era. So they wanted it to look like it, but not necessarily be the exact same thing. I love it. They use fluvogs, y'all. Like fluvogs are really, really nice designer
they are
boots and
so
shoes, and like you could, I don't think you can now, but at one time you could buy those boots and they were like $500. And and frankly that was well worth it. I don't have that kind of boot money.
no, neither do I.
I do not. But like but the boots are great.
I would
Um
do the gray ones that our good nurse has.
mhm. Uh,
Those look like a Lutitia shoe. But all of these outfits, I think what I like is that they're going back to that sweater vibe, but it's not the velour. Get off,
I
like
like that Chapel is wearing like a one piece suit thing, which so they're saying that like that is an option that she wears as the nurse.
yeah,
Um but in general also the skirt, also Uhura's outfit is fixed.
it looks
Look
great.
how
And
much
like
longer it is. Sorry.
You can cover your badonkadonk and it's not gonna ride up. She's sitting looking so cute and just adorable. The shirts are, I think, appropriately tight for the dudes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And our non-binary characters here.
it all looks comfortable. They're not
Yeah,
velour.
they're not.
They make sense. Ooh, what's
They're
this?
wearing pants. These are not leggings. These look like very
Oh yeah, they're pants.
they're
And
narrow, kind of like a very slim fit pant, but
mhm.
it's still a pant. It's not a legging.
Yes. And because it took them a while to get back to pants. Well, oh, what was the first pants that I saw? I think the first pants that were real pants was in the Kelvin timeline in the
Yeah,
uniform.
Kelvin.
Because for the most part, it was just stretchy pants over jacket or shirt or whatever. They were never just a pair of pants that have a button and a zipper and whatever.
Yeah.
Um
But in Kelvin, it looks like they went to the Gap, where these look like they were specifically designed to be a part of a uniform, right?
yes.
So
Yes.
they're
Also,
blending the two because the Calvin timeline had the great sweaters, but they made it better here for different body types.
oh, so okay. In the chat, Claudia says in the universe, in the future, we just wear leggings. And also, Kelvin universe is skinny jeans. And you're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong, actually.
I don't
Oh,
think you're wrong, but they did go to the Gap. I was like, I think they went to the Gap
also,
for
they
that.
say that they are glad that Uhura got more fabric.
Yeah, more fabric and great haircut. We should do one on the hairstyles.
I mean, ooh,
Um,
oh yeah, oh, with hair.
yeah,
I mean, it's just gonna be all black people.
it's gonna be Burnham and
It's gonna be
some of the bridge
Burnham,
crew.
Uhura, and we're gonna be like, and we're just gonna include
Our girl with the
Cisco. We're gonna
braids.
include season one Cisco because that's when he had hair. Uh hey, he had hair. And he did
Avery Brooks looks great bald.
and
He is a black
and
man.
I bet he had to bring his own barber. Sorry.
Yeah,
And that's probably a good reason why he went bald, like where he fully shaved it for the remainder of
yeah.
the series. That happens a lot with black men. Um black people, period.
He's a great bald.
We
It's
well
just
we do. We do. Now,
go.
like I said, this is
Fun
probably
flavor.
going to be in all five, but let's actually go through it. So, creativity and originality. Technically, it's not
It's not.
original, but it is very creative
Yeah,
because they took something that we already know and see, and they made it better. I think they made it better. Now, yeah, they still have the dumb thing on the insignia, like their rank on their wrists, but that's just how it's supposed to be. So they can't change that.
they can't. They can't. There's some things that they can't move away from, but in a modern, updated show, they they took everything that sucked and made it better.
yes.
So I think that for me takes creativity and originality to
Yes.
take something that has already existed, make it something new, but make it recognizable
Yeah.
for the audience. So I think that takes a lot of skill.
Well, and they were trying to, yeah, create something that was similar enough, but had its own flavor because this is a different timeline.
Right.
Technically. Well, it's a new timeline, not a different one. It's the same one, it's just new. So construction and wearability, we discussed the longer skirt on the dress for Uhura. And I mean, and also it's not it's like a it's honestly more like a very long tunic type of situation. And we do see um uh Una wearing it like that because
Mhm.
and then that is like a leggings type of situation where they have the very they have like a pair of pants or they have a long tunic that goes oh, mid thigh, closer to the knee, and then leggings. And it's a nice look and it looks comfortable. It's
And
so I'd say practical wearability and construction. Yeah. Well, they would have flu vogs on. So
they
like
have blue
so
box.
like construction, yeah.
Yeah. And she's not in that on away missions either. They do change. And so that is what's great is that you're not running around in like basically a tunic dress and leggings while you're on an alien planet, which I appreciated.
Well, and I like that Una number one, she wears different uniforms. Like different
Yes.
styles of her uniform. Like she'll wear the skirt, she'll wear the pants. Um and I just like I like that that they change their clothes and hair. I like that
Yeah.
so much. Um which is
And
so
the
fun.
makeup. The makeup change. Una changes her makeup.
She changes her
And so I
makeup.
was like,
She did
ooh, is
have
that
that one
Starfleet
she had that
issue?
one episode where it was like she had this where she made a mistake like on the hair.
Yeah.
I think Claudia and I talked about it a lot cuz we were like that wasn't I don't know what she thought she was doing, but no.
Was
That's
it the
not
weird
okay.
was it the high pony?
It was no, that was fine. It was like this. It was like she had on like a crown, a braid crown, and
Yeah.
flatten it, and it was just like that does not that does not look that doesn't make you look good. Not that it's bad. It's just like I mean, it just doesn't.
It didn't feel Starfleet.
It didn't make it like every
Yeah.
look that she had seemed to naturally enhance the beauty of a Victoria's Secret model. I just want to be very clear. Rebecca Romaine was a Victoria's Secret
She
model.
was.
She was a model.
She was
And
also one of the X-Men, but, you know,
um when she was first she's such a better actress now. It's just
she's so
amazing.
great,
To
and
me
she got
she
rid of that man, but
yeah. Well, and I just think and then got a new one who is
got
also
a
on
new
Star Trek. So the fit, yes. The believability,
yeah.
yes. So I guess we got another 20. Now,
That's another 20, y'all.
now we're going to this this one TV series, the next TV series I guess down the line, which would be Starfleet Academy. We'll get to the
Academy.
cartoons later. Um, so here we have Jaden Krog looking all nice in his everyday Starfleet Academy cadet uniform. This is the standard duty uniform worn by cadets at the reopened Starfleet Academy in the 32nd century, which is supposed to take place like a few years after Discovery, like 4 or 5 years later. Division color is accented design, so you see that in the lines on both the pants and in the jacket. Um, and the t-shirt or the shirt underneath. The division color is consistent with the later era, but it's a distinct cut on the insignia mark, the cadet status within the institution. So looks a little different, but um, I like this uniform. I
There's
but their clothes on on that show in particular, all of their clothes looked wearable.
there was nothing in the show that I said I didn't like, from the adults to the children. And I'm just gonna say this, y'all, like, we're gonna go through, like, this is a Star Trek that has the most clothes, like, that we have ever seen. They have all these outfit changes that I think is pretty
Right.
amazing, but is also indicative of, like, yeah, you're young, you're in an academy, this is what you would be doing. You're not yet an officer where you get your one uniform and then that's it. But
Again, it
man,
makes sense because they changed their clothes, like people do, and I love
They're
it.
kids in college, right? Like, that's what it's supposed to be. You're not gonna wear the same thing to your class as you do to your, gym training or whatever that they do and get shot
Mhm.
at in inflation. So and then they cry, which was real. But,
So
like, bias. There's a lot of bias for me from the show. I wanted to hate it, and then as soon as I saw what they were wearing, I was like, "This is it. This is the language again of Star Trek using clothing to communicate something."
mhm.
And they look how comfortable he is in this pose. Like he's just chilling.
Also, I will say these pants are pants, but they also seem like they're hybrid leggingy, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. They're
Well,
a little tight, but I feel like that's the fashion. That's
well,
just
this
the
is like a
style.
slim fit with a lot of stretch material. This
Mhm.
is a slim fit stretch with the same type of jacket. Looks, I don't know, neoprene is probably what that is, with a little bit of stretch in there. So it looks good, comfortable,
The high neck is higher
very,
than
yeah, a lot higher.
than other things that we've noticed, which are slight. That's almost a full turtleneck.
It's almost a full turtleneck. I like this stripe.
Me
It's just
too.
so cool.
I like that it's on the pants as well.
Yeah, yeah,
It just I just like the matchiness of it all.
yeah,
Um, because technically black pants go with everything and people could just wear whatever black pants with their
yeah.
uniform to me these pants go with
It's a
their
set. We love a
yes.
set.
Oh, we do love a set. Now, so creativity and originality.
It's a
Boom.
5.
All right. Construction and practical wearability. Boom.
Yes.
Again. Fit how it lays. Ugh. That's another 5.
5.
And real world wear believability.
I
Bam.
wear the fuck out of
Yes,
this.
I would. Now, as Letitia was saying, there are a lot of clothes on this series. So that gives us another 20. But now let's go to
There's gonna be more 20s in my opinion.
now we are we're at the athletic variant. So this is what they wear to gym class because that's different. That's a different outfit. So this is which is different than yet another one that we will have in just a second. So this is like their
This is
uh
their
oh, I'm sorry, this isn't the athletics variant.
this is the
This is the
PT.
PT uniform. So
Yes.
for physical training for gym class. So the physical training uniform worn by Starfleet Academy attack cadets, um, which has a red optional hoodie. It's got the little rainbow color stripes and yeah, it's designed for athletics and physical conditioning. It's their gym clothes. They're They're gym clothes that I would wear.
I want this hoodie so
I
bad.
want that hoodie.
I want the hoodie,
I bet that
that
shirt is one of those moisture wicking things, and I
I
like
have one
those.
for fencing and I love it.
Yeah,
It's
me too. They're
from the
not
brand God Ain't Petty, but I am, but, um, they're great.
and also again, it's a set. You wouldn't think it's a set, but look at the stripe along that probably matches the jacket. Like it's so good. They look great.
They went all in on the show with these costumes to make it real that these were young kids doing training in a college academy-like situation, and the outfits tell this because they're wearing the hoodies just like you would like, they're wearing it when they're not even doing anything.
Right,
They're
like
just kind of relaxing,
in
hanging
that
out.
last picture with Jaden, who's laughing with his friends, wearing sort of like a khaki. Actually, he's wearing his other uniform pants because that is those other uniform pants. And
Yeah,
he grabbed and he put his hoodie on over it, like a normal person would grab their hoodie and put it on.
exactly.
And like I love that the clothing all makes sense and is practical and looks good and looks comfortable. Um, what do you
I think it's
think?
another 20. I
I think
think
we
it's
could just be
another
like
20.
20.
20.
Yeah, 20. It's so good.
Audience, what
Yeah.
do y'all think? Because this was like, when I saw this, I was sold, and I was so angry when there wasn't official merch. Like, they missed such a great opportunity with this show.
Well, because there's real clothes that you can wear.
Real clothes. Like, it's not that I don't mind wearing a, like, a fan shirt like we are right now, or something like that, but this feels like it gives a different vibe when if you see people y out in the world and you're like, "Ah, you're a Trekkie." Like, you could wear this to the grocery store with, like, a Star Trek bonnet and still look cute.
Yes. Yes.
With
Well,
little deltas all
need to
over it.
be more comfortable, a uniform type wear for all of us. Now, oh, so actually in the chat, Claudia, well, she says she wants a black hair trek rank. Um, and it looks like she was talking previously about the Cisco and how he had to fight to be bald because they were worried that he looked too much like Hawk from the other show. Was that something for Spencer for Hire?
Spencer for
Spencer for
Hire,
Hire, that's it.
because he had the same mustache too, like the little goatee.
Yeah, and
Um,
was bald, but like
yeah.
I can tell you, those are two different men. I did not feel confused. I wasn't like, what's Hawk doing in space? That was not.
Well, it's like we know who Tuvok is outside of Voyager, but
Yeah.
that is a different man.
Like we can know how
And
actors work.
right.
Wait, it's like pretend. Now, next, let's go to oh, what? Another Starfleet Academy. Yes. Now this is the athletics variant, and this is what I want.
I
I
want
want
this
this
so
jacket.
bad.
Look at that. Oh,
Somebody get us these
look at
jackets
that. We got our series acclamation mill modeling
with
that. This
her
is another one where
puffs.
I took three people because I was like, "Oh, I like seeing this on three different body types." And like it's a comfortable, nice jacket. Now, let's see.
It's a
So we have
bomber jacket indicative of, like, again, I think of Enterprise when they're wearing their kind of jumpsuits, flight suits, and things, kind of going back to, oh, aviation space. This is what a pilot would wear,
right.
kind of like clothing. And it felt so appropriate, so cool. By the
Well,
way, I'm um, a size large internet.
if anyone wants to I wear the same size as Lutitia. See? Also for me.
We're the same size.
I just 100% love everything about these Letterman jackets. It's a school. It's
Yeah.
a school. And like even even military academies have school pride. And this
Yep.
is Starfleet Academy. So like I like that their jackets have the big S on it. And um like it's very obviously a Letterman's jacket.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And again, they wear over whichever outfit that they want to wear. It's just a good jacket. Fives, 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 fives,
20. It's a
fives,
20. You can't
fives.
rank it any less. I'm sorry, y'all, but Starfleet Academy costume department did that thing. I'm sorry, y'all.
Now, we're going to go to the next one. Now, technically speaking, this is the instructor uniforms. So, technically speaking, instructors wear whatever uniform that they last wore when they worked. So a lot of uniforms look different. And I just chose Jet Reno's because I like the um but technically so that's really why. I just
Remember
thought
our
of
last
something
Trek talk?
really funny about how Jet Reno and what's her face? Help me out with the other lady. Um are both the gym teachers, and I just didn't even clock the lesbian gym teachers of it all of Starfleet Academy. I like just realized that. I was like, "Wait."
Oh, the Jem'Hadar slash Klingons.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you're a lesbian gym teacher." Like, it's nice to see that they stick with the classics. Um
right.
Now, I will say this, I'm not actually going to give this as high of a score because their
Neither am
uniforms are
I.
not original at all. They're just the same uniforms that they always wore, but they see a bunch of different ones, but they're all pretty much like this, or like it's nothing, I there is no creative originality on it because there isn't supposed to be.
Right.
So I'm gonna I
You can
think it
give that a
I think
1
it gets a
on.
1. I will say for practical construction wearability, it would get a 5 on that, cuz
Tilly looked great
yeah,
in her version,
I think
right?
so.
Like, it looks good on different bodies,
Well,
so
because they're wearing their own uniform.
right.
And so yeah, it looks I like how Tilly's uniform was different. I like how Nala's uniform is different. But yeah, it's not original. Uh, I'd say 5
Yeah.
for the fit, how it lays. Now believability, that's where I'm going to go and say, "Wait, hold on. I don't think it makes sense that they all wear different uniforms."
I don't think it makes sense either. Like, if you're I mean, yes, no, but if you're in a pseudo military organization, I would not have that level of creativity and flexibility in my instructors, right? You want an instructor to walk through a building and you know
That's an
that is your professor.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just some because they could be just some
Some random
rando
adult.
person.
Is that some random
Yeah,
adult, or is that one of my instructors at
right,
at this military academy? Because
right.
Starfleet Academy is a military academy. Um like a college military academy. So I would say I'm maybe a 2.
Yeah, I would agree.
Um so oops, it's not all 20s. Not all
It's not all
20s.
20s.
Like that said, I like this variant of the
Yeah,
32nd century uniform. I like the foop foop on it. It looks really cool.
yeah.
Um but meh.
It's a little asymmetrical. It gives Tig some structure because Tig is so skinny.
Yeah.
And that kind of disappears without something that is a little bit more structured.
Mhm.
Um, for that. And I did remember that when we talked about the show, we called this character Janet Reno. Um,
Oops.
and I still go with that. So may she rest in
Maybe
that.
maybe she was named Janet, Jet was, and Jet like read some history books and was like, "Nah, call me Jet. Call me Jet. Don't call me that name." All right, now
People from the past.
next we have the War College tactical uniform, which is like their sort of their school uniform. So we can see it's a black sort of tactical camouflage pattern. It is worn by both the cadets and the instructors. Wow, what? The
What?
instructors wear the same like I get it. I get it. Starfleet Academy, they're cool hippies. They're just cool hippies, so like
They're
they
supposed to
can
be touchy
so they
feely.
can wear whatever they want, but at the war college, they all wear the same outfit. But that actually makes sense. Like
It does.
the head of the war college wears the exact same outfit that Kyle is right here. And
Mhm.
Kyle looks so sweet. He's the only, this
So
is the
cute.
only image that I could get of this uniform that wasn't some like with like sparks and death around. It was very interesting. They didn't have a lot of like promotional images for that. It was sort of funny. So I like this one. I like the leather with the and the reinforcement of the shoulders and the elbow pads. It looks like a
Yeah.
like it looks practical.
Yeah.
It is a it's a dramatically different aesthetic from the academy uniforms, as you can see. Um but it does reflect on the War College's combat focused curriculum. Um
It reads fascist. I mean, like, it reminds
it
me
reads
of
fascist.
the Star Wars, Empire uniforms. That's what it kind of reminded me of, like, you just need Darth Vader to show up randomly in the background. You're like, "What are you doing here?" Um, but I think they did a nice take on that kind of paramilitary, because that's really what the War College is. They
Yeah.
are they are very military, but not, but are. So it
The War College is like they are training um people to fight.
yeah,
Starfleet is training people to end fights.
and to think and to be culturally competent. Whereas you can be culturally competent after you go pew pew and you're like, what was
Yeah, that's like
oh okay.
secondary. It is
Yeah.
secondary to think of cultures.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're like space. They're like the space marines that were in Enterprise, that were on
Yeah.
the Enterprise, because for a while, I don't think for the entire series, but for part of the series, they had like just some marines that were also there. That I don't know. They like put them below until they were needed. Um,
Yeah. So that's what it
will
really
somebody
reminds me
get
of.
the marines out of storage? Um, so I would say, okay, creativity, originality.
I don't think it is the most creative of this type of style of look,
Um,
especially when we see the creativity of what they did with, bomber jackets and all this other stuff. So I don't think it's as high as
I
that.
agree, and also this is reminiscent of the of like you were saying. It reads fascist. It reads a like Hugo. Is it Hugo Boss?
Yeah.
It reads like 1940s Hugo Boss, which isn't great. That's not great. But it is a look, and that's what it's. This is supposed to be like these folks. The War College didn't get over the burn.
No.
And that's what, so they're still under sort of muted, sad darkness. Um, but I would say like
I'm gonna give it a 2.
I was gonna say a 3. No, no, 2. But for construction and practical wearability, I'd say a 4.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm no, no, yeah, a 4. I mean, I do love all the pockets.
The pockets are great. It's very
Like,
utilitarian.
but that
Like you're
I think
you
goes
know,
into the believability in the real world, where I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, that actually more matches like, so yes, that seems appropriate for their members of the War College. Um their
And it
outfits are
fits.
reinforced with like some sort of leather type thing on the arms, probably because of the whole movement of it all. So,
Yeah.
and it and they look good. That's just I think going to be a 5 because they always look good. They're well constructed. It's well constructed clothing, as like
No.
as far as like they make it to fit each individual actor.
Yeah, it looks great across different body types because we don't see the diversity of body types in the War College as we do in Starfleet, which is for a reason, right? when you have that kind of militaristic attitude. But it does fit over curves. You know, you're not going to get pocket distortion when they're up on the chest like this.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh,
so the
Sam
fit,
looked great in them. Sam looked great
yeah,
in the uniforms, and
yeah,
they fit. They fit and flatter, because it's not just about being able to put the clothes on. It's about, like,
yeah.
d d does it lay does it lay right? Did the person who made this outfit make it for someone that has your body? And if they didn't, then it's poorly made. Um, so that brings us, what is that?
So,
That's different than a 20.
and then the believability, we're
Oh,
just going to say is a five because
I think that's
it's a
it's
believable.
yeah, it's very believable.
So we're at a
16?
16.
That's not bad actually. Now, next we have all right. We're
Okay.
at Picard seasons 1 and 2.
We've got four left, y'all. These are,
We're almost done. Just hang tight with us. So
hang
this is
on.
from the late 24th, early 25th century. So like the 2390s to the early 2400s. Sleek, dark design, subtle division color. You can see it's a little darker. It's not as brightly colored. Uh And it's, yeah, it's a, let's see, it's a more civilian. They had more of a civilian adjacent aesthetic for their complicated relationship and stuff. But like, they were, I will say, pretty much your average Starfleet uniform. The
Yeah, it's reminiscent of Voyager,
Mhm.
you know,
These
in
are,
very minute,
but these are darker,
but they're darker.
and
So it's like,
I did not love that.
and it's less structured because, you know, Voyager, it was a lot stiffer and structured up here, where this is a very kind of like bunchy, more relaxed fabric. So I don't like these.
I don't like them either. I don't think it looks great. I This looks
It looks like he
especially,
slept in it
well,
and woke
especially,
up.
yeah, well, especially after seeing how much they've worked on other shows, this looks lazy. And
Yeah,
like they didn't try. So creative originality,
a one.
I'm going to
I
give that a
just
1. Construction and practical wearability, look at how bunched up that is.
it's
Look how short the shirt is. I'm not I'm not there. The fit,
and we're used
so
to this
like,
man looking good. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
we grew up with this man and he's still hot. All right. Riker still got it.
He looks better in the series after this, the season
Yeah.
after this, because they dress him better. They dress, well, you'll see. So
What did you do to
I'd
Riker?
say, so 1 for creativity. I'd say
It's a one for
a
the
1 for the
construction.
construction and a 1 for the fit. And
Yeah.
real world believability, I mean, I guess a 2. It's not
Yeah.
completely out of the realm of possibilities, but it's not great.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a low one. Sorry, Riker. That's not your fault.
It's not your fault. We love
We
you. We love
love
you.
you. Now next, I'm not sure if anybody can hear that, but there's apparently an ice cream truck right by my house.
Oh, lucky you.
Um Now next we have the season 3, the Picard season 3 uniform. So a bit of a redesign, similar color structure, but you'll see the detailing in the jackets, um with the piping color, and it's still got the color on the top, but they're wearing the black underneath. This is supposed to be more rugged and make them look more adventurer.
I don't know
Um,
because in comparison to the bomber jacket from Starfleet Academy, this looks so bulky and like big.
this is
Like he looks so much whiter.
it's supposed to be like the first contact DS9 looking uniform. Um,
Yeah, but it's just
like
right
that's why,
here.
well, no, but it doesn't look, it's like that, but it's made of leather, and I just don't know if that works. Really quick, let me just
It
uh
wouldn't look this way if it wasn't so long.
so
Like, if
like
they had
right here we could see, like, it's like supposed to like be like jackety like that, but it doesn't actually. I just don't think it works. I see what they were trying for.
I see what they're trying for, but again, you can achieve that look in leather and not have it be bulky.
Mhm.
And so it should have been shorter because that would have helped with some of these lines. Like, with the man, when you're cutting him like this vertically, right? And you have LeVar, who he's not like a broad chested, he's a skinny dude, right? And it makes him look like so wide and bloated when he's not. And
Um
I was like, what is this?
the Picard uh costuming choices seem to want to, like, accentuate certain parts of their bodies that normally people wouldn't want to accentuate. And That is
Yeah,
that is the
it doesn't
kindest way
work.
I can say that.
I
Uh
would have shortened this jacket and then I would have given it more style lines and like kind of cuts. And then that would have
it's
created that
just
V
so
right
straight.
here.
Yeah.
You're expecting the V, right? Which he has, because again, we grew up with him as Geordie LaForge. And so it doesn't look right. And it looks hard to move in when you have like this big, bulky leather jacket.
Yeah, I don't, well, do you know what that looks like? That looks like something that someone grabbed out of a closet and put it
Yeah,
on. It doesn't look like the clothes that, uh, for all the other stuff, clothing that was made for them.
yeah.
Like, this just
It's-
looks like they found the right jacket. They didn't size it. They didn't cut it to them. And so I think, like, it these suffer from a distinct lack of tailoring. So
Right. It's like
creativity.
everything that went wrong that if they had just done the same thing that they had done for Strange New Worlds or not Strange New Starfleet Academy and just applied that with the color blocking, it would have looked fine. It would have looked great.
Yeah. But this is like the seasons 1 and 2, but leather, which doesn't that's not an improvement. That's not an improvement. So creativity, originality, it's the season that we did not think was creative, but leather. Does that give it a little bit extra?
No,
No, I
because
didn't
if you're
think
not
so
gonna
either.
do leather great, it's offensive because it's such a great material. It's expensive, and you're disrespecting the material by doing this kind of stuff.
Beautifully
And
said.
you're making our grandfather look terrible, and I don't like that.
We've already talked about the construction and wearability, the
I
fit,
think it's once.
again, and the world believability. No,
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 no. He wouldn't wear that. So wow, so that's like probably our first five. I think that might be our first five.
no.
Do we have another five? Like,
5 was Picard season 1 and 2.
oh,
This is a 4. This is a 4.
oh, this is a four. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's right. Now next, this one, I'm looking forward to talking about these ones.
I'm looking forward to this because this is like one of my favorite things to talk about is how we take cartoons and turn them into real life uniforms.
Yeah, and so I have two pictures for you all. Um, we have, so this is Lower Decks, the Star Trek Lower Decks uniforms. The uniforms worn by the Starfleet personnel in Star Trek Lower Decks. So this is in the 2380s. So it's approximately 20 years. Um, it's supposed to take place 20 years before Geordie's mess of a leather jacket. Um, uh, so this is animated, and it's set, yeah, shortly after it. um, it's shortly after Voyager. Um, the uniforms are just a direct continuation of that first contact look, with some updates. We got the white lines, the little spiky things. We got the ability to roll up your sleeves. Um, I like these uniforms, but what I
These
like is that we got to see what they look like in person. Interesting thing is that they are a brighter red when they are animated than they are in person, and that's fine. I'm not going to actually be too upset about that. I wish
I
it was a
think they
brighter
did
red.
that. I don't because it still fit within the kind of color scheme of Strange New Worlds when they did that crossover. So it wouldn't have been, I think with the lighting that they had, it would have been too jarring. When you're animating something for children or a younger audience, the colors are going to be like hyper pigmented. That's not necessarily going to be true for real life. So I like the contrast that we see.
Now this red is the red that it was wearing in that Picard season 2, which takes place like 20 years previous to that. So that actually does track. I love the
Yeah.
line. I love the white lines. I love the like the color detailing on the
Yeah.
neck line for their
Yeah.
jackets. Their jackets do the little peel offy thing that I love. Um, that feels weird and impractical, but it's the way the costumes are made and it's okay and I love it. I like how they have that because that's not the first Star Trek jacket
No.
where it
Where it does this zip
thing,
thing.
yeah, where it's like, oh, let me just open it and then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it'll keep your
I
coat
mean, it's
shut.
like a sweater material too, so that you can roll your sleeve. They look comfortable. And
She roll her sleeves up and like no one does that. She's
no
such a
one ever does
maverick.
that.
She is a maverick.
She's like, let's
Beckett
get to
Mariner.
work
Yeah. She's like, let's do this.
doing things. I like her personality, even though I felt like the Strange New World crew, like, why are they so loud? I can't watch Lower Decks for more than like 2 seconds or else I get a headache because it's just so loud and so fast. I'm like, oh, this is triggering.
I I I loved I loved how they were like there because they're animated.
Right. And
They're
they're also they're
animated. You
not just
get it?
loud, they're just like, ha, ha, ha,
Yeah,
ha,
no, like they're
ah."
animated people. They're like, well,
Yeah.
we got to do this, and then Riker, Boimler's all Riker, and gets on the horse, which is just so funny. That's so funny. Apparently, um, Jonathan Frakes' wife was on set watching them film, and when Jack Quaid did the Riker, she like bark laughed like because that was just lovely for her. So creativity, originality.
I think it's
We
a
haven't seen
5.
anything like that with the white
No,
piping and
no.
with they did white piping. They did the little detail. They got the weird jacket thing
But
and they got roll up sleeves. Yeah, like fives. Construction
5.
wearability, practical wearability. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, the sleeves roll up. And actually, I do need sleeves that roll up.
Same.
So which I gotta say, before Beckett Mariner was rolling up her sleeves, I never really thought about the fact that I need to sometimes roll up my sleeves and like they would sometimes they roll up their sleeves, but it looks weird.
Yeah.
And she cuffs them, and that's just so interesting. Um,
I feel like she is me because I roll up my sleeves and I cuff them. That is just like a thing that I love to do when I'm about to do some like hard work. Like we're just gonna do this thing, even though your sleeves is supposed to protect your arms. But that is
I
a different.
love how the white piping goes above the décolletage line.
Yeah,
I like how it's above that
same.
line and then goes across and then does the little toot toot on the
And
that toot toot I love a lot. I think it
I
looks
love
really
that a
cool.
lot, the little detail, but also we see them running a lot in that crossover episode. And so the clothes, they move, but they don't, right? You're not seeing the uniform bunch up because that's like the worst thing when you're kind of running and you're trying to act like everything stays in place, but it's flexible enough so that,
Mhm.
she's running, she's jumping, she's got to go through portals and stuff, and it's got to grab people.
Oh, the
So
big explosion
yeah,
in the
it's like,
science
and then we're
lab.
like,
Yeah.
you know. So we
Ah,
see the dynamics that are happening here, and it's very, very believable. I think they did such a great job of translating what the movements and what an outfit, because like in a cartoon, you can make cartoon clothes do anything,
yes.
right? But now we've got to say, is this true to real life? And it
It
works.
worked and it worked. And
Yeah.
that's like well that's a testament to the costume makers. So what's interesting is that you can see how the waist is different on Beckett's than everyone else on
Yeah.
Mariner's. Uh, like hers, it's like her shirt is tucked in. Maybe I don't know.
Is it
It's
tucked in or is it
or is
just
it
cut
short? I don't know.
shorter?
I think it's probably shorter because I think that you can make modifications to your uniform like that. I think
But
that that would be
also,
something that they would allow.
her character, if you look, it looks a little hippie, right? You don't want that little boop boop. It would look like an arrow to the nether regions. That's what it kind of looks like on everyone else, which I think is always funny. Um, I feel like Michael Kors delayed. Uh,
So I'm gonna say I think this is a 20. I
I think
think
it's
these are
25 across the board.
this
Yeah,
is a 20. These are all fives. They look good. They make sense. Like that's the real main thing. They look good and they make sense. Um
and we got to do a hair trek rank because her hair also I appreciated
yes.
because when I watched the cartoon, I'm like, oh, that's a natural hairstyle. And the way that they translated that, and she's got these gorgeous big, and they made it bigger. It's bigger as
I
a live action.
appreciated.
And I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
Like
oh,
look how big.
oh, you're in Starfleet and your hair is not in braids or something like that. You don't have the weird Burnham boy cut,
Nah,
whatever
she's
the
got
hell
like
they
all her
did.
hair everywhere pulled back in a ponytail.
It was
It's
lovely, just
beautiful.
lovely to see. And so I think like for me, it just went with in my mind's eye how I wanted to see that look.
Mhm.
They did it. And I think they did such justice to a black character, black woman character, and the actress is perfect too. So
Absolutely. I love Tawny Newsome. Now, finally, we're hitting the last one, number 24 of this very long list, and that is the Star Trek Prodigy uniforms from season 2, which takes place in the early 2380s, which is around the same time. It's around the same time as uh Lower Decks. So these are their Starfleet High School uniforms. I don't. It's like pre-academy what they're doing, um, because they're not. These are not Starfleet Academy students. They are still kids.
they are children.
They are still children. So this features a structured two-tone design with no real color division split. But we've got it is a distinct tailored look I appreciate the slight differences to um and I like how Rock Talk also has one as well. She's the best and the cutest and I love her. Um she
I felt that this was such an underrated show and
especially that second season.
underappreciated. Yeah, and underappreciated.
Uh
And unlike Lower Decks, it didn't give me a headache, which was great. The This, again, like, in animation, you can do a lot of things, and the thing that I'm judging is, like, does it feel Star Trek, and does it feel like it fits within this world that they're trying to build? And what is it that they're trying to convey with, like, these, like, almost genius-like kids, right?
mhm.
And so I think it conveys all of those things. You get this very, but it's also very not Star Trek how sci-fi it is. It almost like they took the Discovery early season outfits and just kind of made them more pared down and simplified,
Hmm.
right? Not the glitz and the glams, but you're still seeing that same kind of color blocking here, some of the same style lines that are going on. And then expanding it to different body shapes, I think is really cool as well. Like that's super neat to see how they were able to do that in this kind of cartoon. So I appreciate what it is that they were trying to do. That's why I say it's so underrated because I think they were experimenting with something with Prodigy
Really
that
experimenting.
yeah,
They had robots.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if you all can truly understand that, like, now I know that there have been a couple of artificial intelligences that have, you know, tried to tried to get up into shenanigans. But Gene Roddenberry did not want robots. That's why when Data came on, he was specifically not a robot. He's an android. They didn't want, and so to have an animated series that started out with having a robot in the
Yeah.
very first episode, it seemed, I was concerned personally because it felt like maybe it was like they were trying to be like Clone Wars.
It because they came around at the same time, right? And so you can't knock what was already happening, in the zeitgeist, is that the word? When these shows are coming out. You can't really ignore that. So you see a lot of that influence that's happening there. But unlike when they did the Star Wars flop in the original series movie where it was like boring as heck and looking like something that they were trying to be but weren't true to themselves, this feels like Star Trek being true to itself while fitting into that color
Yes.
palette that, everyone was so used to at that time. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is that Star Trek can take inspiration from other things
Yeah.
and make it their own. Um and usually they're very successful.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not. Section 31, the movie. I mean, the movie, not the uniforms. The uniforms are great. Also, the
I just
costuming on that
made
movie was great. It was just a bad
this
movie.
it was I just try to put that in my mind as like some sort of weird thing that they did to keep Giorgio occupied so that she's not causing chaos somewhere.
They
She's
just made up.
stuck her somewhere and then she's not really in a real place. She's like in a holographic simulation and having adventures so that she
Carl
just
put her
doesn't.
in
Yeah.
some sort of Carl, aka the Guardian of Forever, put her in some sort of
Yeah.
thing. So creativity and originality. I'm gonna say a
Uh,
5. No one's
It's
done
a
anything.
5.
I think practical construction and wearability. It is animated, but it still looks like the kind of outfits that they would wear for
These look like
school. They
jumpsuits, not onesies, so they look
well. It looks like,
Wearable.
and it looks like, Gwen's is, like, sort of a different type of piece to fit with her cultural aesthetic,
Yeah.
um, because you're allowed to do that. Apparently, you've always been allowed to do that, just I guess a lot of
Always
people don't
been
do that.
around.
Everyone looks good in it, in that uniform. I think that everyone does, and their uniforms, their school uniforms make sense as far as anything. Oh, Claudia thinks that Gwen has a jacket because she's upper class. I mean, yes. I mean, having the jacket, the skirt kind of jacket thing does denote a certain kind of class to her. But I think it was to make I think it was so that she looked a little bit more like the people on her planet, which are a bunch of snobby, like, I mean, not all of them, but the upper echelon of people are sort of snobby, elitisty people. So I think this is
I think it's in a
this
20.
is a 20.
Yeah.
So
This isn't.
that wraps it up for, I mean, as
Yeah.
far as like what we have done. So a part of me is thinking that what we need to do is cut out anyone who didn't get a 20.
I think so too. We've had so many 20s that it should just be the 20s go
Mhm.
to the next
So
round.
that means the motion picture uniforms are out. Oh, sorry, the original series uniforms are out. Um the TNG uniforms, both versions of them are out. Now, the TNG scant got a 19.
Ugh, sorry, we made the rule.
It's out.
Sorry, Scant.
Out. The Kelvinverse uniforms got an 18. It's out. And then um the instructor uniforms out. The War College uniform out. All of both Picard ones out. And so
Luna would be happy.
that leaves us actually with a good healthy number for um next week's Trek Talk, where we're gonna narrow it down one more time before we put it on our ranking board.
Yes.
But we did it. I
We did it, y'all.
woo. I mean,
This was great.
it had to take two parts because there were 24, and we did cut out quite a few because there's a lot of clothes that people wear in Star Trek. So yeah, okay, we did that. Now, let's transition to the saying goodbye part. So we're going to go peace and long life. We'll see you next week. And I'm going to transition to oh wait, no, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to say Trek Talk is a Calling of Justice production. Special thanks to executive producer Claudia Alick. Your hosts have been Luticha, André, Doucette, and Maiamama. For more information on us, check out all of those links that are in the show notes. You can rewatch this on YouTube. Share this with your friends. Don't forget to click the like. Don't forget to subscribe so you can find out about all the other stuff we're doing. Accessible Virtual Pride is coming up very, very soon. Come on down. We love you. Okay, bye bye.